Washington's air quality is among the worst in the world. We take a look at the conditions at this hour. Plus, we check in at where all the smoke's coming from as large wildfires continue to burn around the Pacific Northwest this weekend.
Air quality is unhealthy across the region, and I'm tracking more smoky skies and warm temperatures for the start of our work week.
We've got big hopes and big plans for our town.
And 2 years after the Babb Road fire, the communities of Malden and Pine City celebrate their recovery. Thanks for making KREM 2 News at 5 a part of your Sunday. I'm Cody Proctor. Well, right now there are air quality alerts in place across the Spokane area and much of the inland Northwest. At this hour, the air quality is in pretty rough shape. Earlier this week, the National Weather Service tweeted that parts of Washington state had some of the worst air quality, not just in the country, but in the entire world. Some of those regions actually reached the hazardous level on the air quality index. For reference, we've been sitting in the 100s. To reach the hazardous level, you must hit a 300. And this is a live look outside at that smoky air at this hour. You can see just how it's hovering across downtown Spokane and around the inland Northwest. Not the healthiest situation to be outside in right now. And we want to see what it will look like. And we want to see where it looks like where you live tonight. Text us your photos to 509-448-2000. So let's go right now over to meteorologist Michelle Bosch. She's in our weather center tonight and tracking those conditions for us this evening. And Michelle, you're probably been getting this question a lot, but is there any idea if there will be any improvement by the time we head into tomorrow?
No, I don't think we're going to see any improvement tomorrow. It may be even a little bit worse. Here's a look at the air quality right now. It is in the unhealthy category. Our AQI is 180, so anything between 150 and 200 is considered unhealthy. We kind of hovered between unhealthy for sensitive groups yesterday and the unhealthy category, and we just continue to see additional smoke move into the region, and the smoke that we already had just not going anywhere. Our current wind speeds are pretty light across the region. So we got that smoke in here Friday and Saturday, and then our winds just really slackened off, so that smoke is just kind of stagnated across the region, and we're starting to see a wind shift, which may bring more smoke from Oregon into eastern Washington and North Idaho. Satellite and radar shows we do have a little bit of cloud cover in addition to the smoke. Some very, very light precipitation, mainly across the west side of the state. We may squeeze a sprinkle out of that through the day tomorrow, but otherwise we are looking at a dry forecast. 79 degrees right now in Spokane. The smoke has held our temperatures back just a bit. We were in the low 80s today. 82 right now in Moses Lake, 81 in Lewiston. Should be dry over the next 12 hours, and we'll just continue to see that smoke this evening and overnight and see increased cloud cover tomorrow. So for tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies, still smoky, high temperatures in the lower 80s, and it'll probably be hazy as well on Tuesday. We'll have to see whether we can get some clear air in for later on in the week.
Michelle, thank you so much. Now, the smoke in our skies tonight comes from wildfires burning all across the Pacific Northwest this weekend. Right now, there are 3 large wildfires burning at this hour. 2 are in western Washington, prompting serious level 3 evacuations for hundreds of people, and another in North Idaho. The Kootenai River Complex fire continues to grow in size. Let's begin across the Cascades. That's where the Bolt Creek fire burns near Skykomish tonight. That fire's burned at least 7,500 acres as of last check. FEMA funds have been authorized to help fight this fire. US 2 remains closed between Index and Skykomish through at least tomorrow. About 200 firefighters from across the state mobilized for this incident. The Washington State Fire Marshal says the fire is burning in heavy timber, making it harder to fight this fire.
Entire hillsides on fire. Fire crews from all over the region, attack crews are here on scene, putting water on the fire as well. If these winds kick up, it's going to make it more treacherous for the firefighters.
Fire crews are hopeful the winds will die down so they can work to contain the spread of the flames. Meanwhile, the Goat Rocks fire burning near Mount Rainier National Park also continues to grow in size. At last check, it has burned about 3,000 acres. That's as of this afternoon. The Forest Service estimates 500 homes are under level 3 evacuations. The southwest entrance to Mount Rainier National Park is also closed because of the fire. The fire is sitting on top the Goat Rocks wilderness area in steep terrain. That's putting these firefighters in a defensive mode, putting their resources into protecting homes and structures in the evacuation zone. Fire crews have also been unable to see the fire from the air because of the heavy smoke.
This afternoon, we've really been unable to utilize some of our aerial resources whatsoever, just because they can't see what they're flying over.
Crews remain concerned the fire might move quickly into the town of Packwood and the surrounding communities. They're closely monitoring wind conditions tonight. Meanwhile, closer to home, the Kootenai River Complex fire has grown by almost 1,000 acres since yesterday morning. That fire has now burned more than 19,000 acres. Crews say it's still 0% contained. Right now, there are no evacuations in place. However, it is still one of the biggest contributing factors to the smoke that we've been seeing right here in the Spokane area. And finally, at this hour, the Moose Fire burning in central Idaho has grown to over 126,000 acres. There are over 800 crew members actively working on this fire. At the moment, it's 37% contained. But recent thunderstorms and 55-mile-per-hour winds caused a significant increase in size. This is considered to be a human-caused fire that's been burning and growing in size since mid-July. Two towns, after 2 years, are looking towards the future. The Babb Road fire of 2020 devastated Malden and Pine City, destroying over 200 structures. Today, people came together to celebrate the revival and rebuilding of these two beloved communities. The event kicked off with the local chapter of the Eastern Star donating $3,200 to the town. Malden Mayor Dan Harwood says the money will be used to help restore the community center. People in Malden and Pine City were invited to see Malden's new fire engines donned with the Malden Fire decal. The mayor says even though it's been 2 years since the fire, he still remembers that first day, looking at what was left of the town he loved.
That first day, you looked around and there was nothing left. And it was despair and heartbreak. And you didn't know what the next day was going to be. You didn't know for the residents that lost their homes what was going to happen next. By the grace of God, we're here today in celebration because Malden is going to be the newest town in the state of Washington.
Residents shared relics that managed to survive the fire. People brought in statues, iron signs, and pictures that reminded them of the homes and the livelihoods they lost in the fire. While there is still work to be done, city leaders say the support of current and former Malden and Pine City residents will be what brings both cities back to their former glory. In our top stories tonight, a statewide alert has been issued for a missing 4-year-old boy out of Yakima. Take a look now at your screen. No one has seen Lucien since 7:15 last night. His parents say he disappeared from the play area at Sarge Hubbard Park in Yakima. Lucien was last seen wearing blue shorts and a blue shirt with a shark on it. Police sent up 2 drones overnight and also brought in bloodhounds to help them in their search. A Spokane County Sheriff's Department also sent a helicopter to help with the search. The National Transportation Safety Board's coordinating with the University of Washington by using a towed sonar array in the search for the float plane that crashed near Whidbey Island last weekend. The agency revealed Friday a scan of the seafloor, which found something that might be the plane wreckage. Since the water is so deep in the search area, between 100 to 200 feet, the agency says the underwater vehicle is needed to get a closer look. The plane crashed a week ago after leaving Friday Harbor to fly to Renton. 10 people were on board. So far, only 1 body has been recovered. The Washington State Department of Transportation on notice this weekend after the city of Spokane said they need to clear the homeless encampment by Interstate 90 and Freya. The city's giving WSDOT until October 14th to clear out the camp. The city of Spokane sent a letter out earlier this week giving WSDOT until tomorrow to outline their plan for clearing out the homeless camp near I-90. The city says once a plan is submitted, it expects the state to start clearing out the camp by September 23rd. Nonprofits who work with the camp's occupants say they're frustrated the city's trying to clear out the encampment so quickly.
I don't think it helps in the work that we're trying to do. I think it's frustrating that the city seems to be aggressively pursuing this idea that we could just get rid of the camp in a short period of time. And as I was just saying, that's not really possible.
The city says it spent more than $350,000 addressing nuisance issues at the camp since last March. The letter says the city plans to seek reimbursement from the state if they can't come to an agreement. We know WSDOT's received the letter and plans to formally respond. Still to come tonight on KREM 2 News. It's been 21 years since the collapse of the Twin Towers. Today, memorials in New York for 9/11.